Hey guys, today, what are we going to talk about? Anyway, today is April the 5th, and I was going to talk about distractions, and then that just distracted me from what I was going to talk about. Then I was going to talk about why I like to play board games, but I talked about that. And then I was going to talk about family, but I already talked about that this morning. So, something I just talked about with my class, kind of at the end, was basically about the now. And that gets me back to what I was going to talk about, which is writing and art and creation. So, as some of you may or may not know, I've been writing for a long time. Let's just say about 22 years. 22 years. And writing is a very painful art form. I would probably put it up there with painting. I used to paint, and I was so bad, in my opinion, and I didn't think I was getting any better, so I just gave up. And that's not good. Giving up's not good. But maybe moving on is a better way to understand that concept. So, I've been writing this story for a long time. Some of you may know of it, some of you may know nothing about it, called The Last Elsie. And I finished many drafts, but I finished a complete first draft of the book from the beginning to the end, and I am currently slowly, sometimes not at all, rewriting it and editing it. And some people kind of say, if it's not done in 10 years, when is it going to come? It's never going to happen. And so, really inspiring yourself is a big part of art, but not just inspiring yourself, but keeping your art in your focus, in your foci. Keeping your art as the number one thing, if you can. And some days I truly fail at this. Many days I truly fail at this. About writing, about editing, about working on the art. And there's many reasons for this, and this goes back to the distractions. But all of us, have this ideal or idea in our head of what our art should look like, or how it should look like. What an artist should look like, and how they should go about themselves, and they should be completely driven. And while that at sometimes is true, and sometimes is amazing, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of sacrifice, of course, to be driven, even for a few hours. There have been so many days where I will sit and I will write, and it seems like my mind wants to do anything besides write. And you just gotta sit. And it's so incredibly taxing, frustrating when you're looking at a piece that's already been written and it's bad, or it's just sloppy, or it's not saying what you want it to say, but you don't even know what you want to say or how you want to say it. And you're sitting there tapping your finger or hitting the space bar or drinking or eating something, and you're just saying, I have no idea. And this is some of the best advice I have ever had or given or been told is, it's okay to admit you don't know about your own art. You don't know where it's going. You don't know what it should be. You don't know. And that bit of freedom can open up a little door and can let you see something else. Another thing that I find when I don't know, or I'm looking at something that I don't know how to improve on, but I know it needs to be improved, is to take a walk, to exercise, to physically move the body, the appendages. Keep a notepad on me with a pen and talk through the ideas and what I don't like about it. Now again, that action, that walk, that exercise, takes a lot of commitment, saying, I'm going to give another 30, 40, 50, hour and a half to just moving through this concept. In today's world, and I know I feel like this is such crap, time is no longer measured even by days or by hours, it's by text messages. I mean, we move so quickly through ideas, we move so quickly through our day and our thoughts, and we don't give them really any due. And then to turn around and say, I'm going to spend 6 hours, 10 hours on this 4 pages, half a paragraph, whatever, and really think through it, and really write it out. And then to do that, and to move the ball forward, to finish the page, or to finish a short story, and then someone comes along and say, well, have you gotten published yet? It's just a massive kick to the teeth. It's so frustrating to work so hard to get the work to a place where you're proud of it, to where even you want to show it to some friends, and then you're not even at the point where you want to publish it yet, or even show it to publishers, but then the entire world only focuses on finished product. Now, while that can be a good thing for the most part, so much work is done and never seen because people are only focused on the finished product. What really blew me away when I was at Naropa and I took a Tonka painting class. And in the Tonka painting class, we would do what's called a tikse. And a tikse is the series of lines that look like a scaffolding. And it takes a lot of time and practice and patience to make a very good tikse, because on the tikse is the building block, is the scaffolding where you're going to draw the outline of the Buddha or another auspicious person. And my teacher said, when we had finished our 3rd, 4th, or 5th tikse, she said, this is a finished work. You can hang this on your wall. And a lot of us that were not artists, we're not visual artists, I should say, were really blown away by this idea, by these words that, no, this is a done thing. This is finished. And there's so much that we could apply that towards in life. You know, just because you built an engine, that's amazing. That should be celebrated. Instead of someone coming along and be like, that engine's not connected to any tires, so it's worthless. This is the same thing why people say, art for the sake of art is just crap. I understand that. But there are really so few people out there currently that are going to give their time to art, that are really going to push and strive. I remember in grad school as well, I was taking a class, and the teacher, this is a writing class, and the teacher said, I want you guys to bring in the last pages of your work, and we're just going to focus in on the endings, which that was cool. I had never done that before. I never